FCS at large after beating down.
Not surprised. I mean, a couple 9-2s or 9-3s and 2 8-3s. I mean, that's the way it should be, I think.
How do you feel about your team going in, given the extended winning streak and yesterday's result?
Well, our guys have, they believed they could get to this point. They've worked hard. It is a joy going out there and coaching those guys every day. So they're excited. You know, they knew they kind of got on a mission and knew what they had to do to get to this point. And but a lot of these guys, obviously, we were in it last year, so they know what it is. They know what it's about and what has to happen here.
Sean asked earlier to Kyle, how much might last year help this year in terms of knowing what to do and prep for these guys?
You know, it's prepping for another game. We're used to it. You know, we got the film already up. I mean, it's not like the old days where you had to go out and travel and get some film. I mean, A-Day went over there and just pulled the film up, and now all we got to do is start breaking it down. We're obviously a little bit behind, just like North Carolina Central is, just because we would have already had people broken down. So we got to break it down. We got to start the process here, and but they're in the same boat we're in. But you know, I think just getting into playoffs last year, you know, helps this team this year too.
You've been in playoff mode since the Hampton game. You had to win to keep alive. How has that experience, or how do you think that experience helped you in the playoffs this year against Central?
Well, you know, I think what we learned this year in the last 6 games is that there are so many different ways to win a game, and each and every game was so different. You know, it wasn't like our defense dominated or our defense dominated or our offense, we carried us, whatever it was. But it just seemed like, you know, we learned so much in these 6 games about, all right, how do we win? How can we win? And find different ways to win. And that's what I was most proud of, because these guys always found a way to win.
They get the FCS at large after beating down.
Kyle, how much going reaction making the tournament?
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling. Just for what we had to go through earlier in this year to where we are now, it just shows that hard work and determination will always pay off in the end. And we deserve this, and we're happy to be in it.
How about reacting to yesterday's result? Not only the outcome, but the last minute or two. How strenuous that must have been.
Yeah, it was a stressful game, but it was so much fun, and that win just kind of sums up the whole season. Backs against the wall, we need one play to get out of there, and we made that play, and that's kind of what we've been doing for the whole entire season now, and it just really showed the character of this team.
You guys have been in playoff mode really since the Hampton. How much will that help you when you face Central?
I think it'll help a lot. You know, I think it's helped us in other games too. Like just like yesterday, you know, that was a playoff type game down to the wire, and I think going forward that's going to continue to help us, because I feel like no one presses in those big moments, and that's key. You know, even when they scored the touchdown, they went for 2. No one flinched. No one felt bad for themselves that they gave up a touchdown and that it was that close. Everyone came together and made it happen.
You walked in this room today before the selection show. How confident were you that you were in?
I was very confident. I think it'd be very hard for us not to make it in with the momentum that we have and the way that we've been winning our games now. And you know, I'm glad the selection committee saw that too.
How special is it to be with the guys one more week, Thanksgiving week?
Yeah, it's awesome. You always want to be playing football on Thanksgiving, whether in high school, college, anytime. And you know, just to see some of these seniors that have contributed so much to this program still be able to go out there and compete for another game is such an honor, and I'm glad we got to share this moment with them.
How big is it to get a home game?
Oh, it's huge. You know, last year we had a home game against Davidson. It's always nice when you don't have to travel. You get to, be in the comfort of your own apartment the night before and just like have the familiarity with everything around you. So that's gonna be very nice.
Do you think you can lean on the experience of last year, what you guys did leading up to the game this time?
Yeah, I think so for sure. And like y'all been saying, just being in the playoff mode for these last couple of games, I feel like we've been doing the same thing we did against Davidson and Sacramento State for this whole entire second half of this season. It's been playoff mode, and it's just another week for us now.
Will the turkey taste better on Thursday?
Oh, 100%. It will be awesome, and the fact that we get to eat with all the guys on our team is going to even be more special.
Yeah, no doubt. Getting back on the field, it's a blessing. I appreciate the opportunity, and especially with the fact of me getting a different perspective of the game. Being hurt this whole season, I feel like I got to see a lot of different perspectives of maybe what a coach would see or something like that. So I feel like being able to implement that knowledge that I gained, it feels very good.
How was it? I'm sorry, John.
I was going to ask how you feel.
I feel good.
Are you 100%? Where are you?
Obviously, I feel like anyone who's an athlete knows that the biggest thing when it comes to recovering is the mental aspect and trusting yourself. And I feel like I'm still in the process of gaining that trust back with myself. But physically, I do feel like I'm good. I'm 100%.
When you came in this room, how strong was your thought process of how confident were you that you guys were going to be in the field?
I feel like we earned it. I feel like we all came here with a pretty confident sense that we were going to be having a couple more games in this postseason. So it's nothing that we didn't expect.
How will last year's experience dealing with being at home in a playoff environment? How will that, you think, help this year against Central?
I feel like it did a lot for not just from here and on out. I feel like it did a lot for the whole season. It set a standard of excellence, of where a point that we wanted to be, and we had to make a collective decision at a midpoint throughout the season that we were going to take nothing less. So, finally seeing it actually coming into fruition, it feels great.
And being a playoff season,
of course,
huge benefit.
Of course, huge benefit. We said it before each and every week. Middle of the season, each game, we considering it a playoff game. So I feel like we've already been in this mindset.
Josiah, could you say a word or two about the touchdown you were involved in yesterday? Not the usual way.
I feel like a couple people like you and Sean might know I played quarterback in high school, so it may surprise a couple people, but a couple people expected it.
Were you surprised that you were so involved? A key play, a pivotal time, given that you hadn't been playing for a long time.
To an extent. Obviously, I know that I haven't been in the mix too much, but I do know that Coach October, my position coach and coordinator, he has great confidence in me. He feels good at what I can produce on the field, regardless of if I play 80 snaps or 10 snaps. I feel like he's confident that it's going to be meaningful, regardless of what it is.
Had you thrown a pass as a Spider?
Yeah, Hampton. Actually, Hampton last year, I threw a touchdown to Leroy Henley, but I should have lined up on the ball. I lined up off the ball. They called it back, so it didn't really count. But that was my second touchdown pass.
How were you able to keep your composure in the huddle when they called the play?
We do it in practice a lot. That's what I say. We do it in practice a lot. We called it 2 or 3 times throughout the week, so just to get prepared, get the look, get exactly how it's going to go down, and I feel like it literally went exactly as we executed.
Reaction, Tristan, surprised, not so surprised, given the way the Spiders finished the season?
I mean, I heard a lot of back and forth, whether we'd be in or not. I mean, but considering the streak we went on and the level we're playing at right now, I was pretty confident that we'd be in, but you never know.
And Sean has been asking, and I'm wondering too, if you think the momentum generated through this pressure situation toward the end of the season will help you as you head into postseason.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, I talked a little bit after the game about being battle tested, and this last stretch definitely made us battle tested. We've been through adversity, and we know how to fight back now and not fold under pressure. And now we're playing confident ball going on this win streak, so hopefully it will carry over.
How special is this postseason? Right? I mean, last year you broke the streak. this year with everything you guys dealt with, injuries and adversity and stuff like that, to get back and get that at-large bid and get a share of the conference title? How special was it this year to get to this point?
Well, I mean, first off, it's my last year, 5th year. We had a bunch of guys come back for this reason because we felt that, you know, we had unfinished business. So to kind of mimic and build off of last season, especially playing William & Mary in the last game for the conference, meant a lot in itself. And then guys that went down, battled through and came back. We were thin at positions at some point. A lot of people moving around different positions. So people did a lot of things to put us in this spot, and to see it all come together and well for us was very pleasing.
And you get home.
Yeah, and we get home. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, we love playing postseason ball, especially, you know, staying here and having team Thanksgiving dinner, and then you know, playing playoff football 2 days later. So you can't beat it.
I asked Colin, I think I asked maybe Josiah, is that overstated? Just, you know, you guys being together this week, Thanksgiving week, one more time to play in the postseason?
No, I mean, I love it. I mean, I know a lot of guys. Actually, Coach Wood, when we did our defensive team meeting, he's I don't want to go home for Thanksgiving. I want to eat Thanksgiving with y'all. And I think that's like kind of the consensus of the team. Like, everyone would love to go home and see their families, obviously, but, you know, the time and effort and work we put in to play postseason football, like, that's why we do it for this reason. So we're glad to be here.